Okay, good evening. Another deathmatch. We're going to have some bit of tentacle action tonight. So in one corner, we're going to have this fella, the Ancient One. Not too many wins under his belt, but also equally up against him, a little bit of a tentacle monstrosity, the Sand Kraken, which equally not too many wins under its belt. So let's see how they have a go at each other. So deploy in the Sand Kraken's home turf of the canyons. There we go. And let's have a look at their sheets. So here we go. Here is the Sand Kraken, the in size terms smallest of the XXL massive creatures. Only has a 6 square. Has vulnerabilities from the side if you can get at its eyes. But the Ancient One, obviously, unless something funky happens, will be attacking from the front, so that's not likely to occur. Not too many hit points, only 55. It's got a high defense, though. It's got a defense of 4, which is more than most of these XXL enemies have. And it's got endurance of 3, so it really does minimise the amount of damage it takes per attack. I think the downside that we've seen with the Sand Kraken is it doesn't do much else. It's got its special tokens over here for attack, which can sort of pile on, but not really massively damaging, and it doesn't really do much else. So that is the Sand Kraken. Ancient One. So the Ancient One does a lot of weirdness due to its Master of Reality, most of which unfortunately do not affect this sort of deathmatch setup that we run. It does, however, have the opportunity that some of those could summon in more allies, which could just swamp the Sand Kraken. 85 health, so significantly more health. Endurance, though, is only 4 rather than 3, and defense is 3 rather than 4. So it will take a little bit more damage on the incoming. Damage it deals itself is 5. So 5 combat here. Oh, sorry, 6 I should have said in the Sand Kraken. 5 combat, dealing peril dice. So it might. Again, that's not a huge amount of damage compared to some of the XLs we've seen, XXLs we've seen. The advantage the Ancient One has had versus other ones is this sweeping attack which just clears away any sort of friends they've summoned. Not going to be relevant because the Sand Kraken doesn't have that. So, let's see what we're going to call it on this one. Who do I think it's going to be? You know what? I am going to go with the Sand Kraken, just because I think he's going to be able to soak up the damage that the Ancient One chucks out. Unless the Ancient One gets some friends in, I think this is the Sand Kraken's game. But I don't think it's going to be an easy win. I think it's going to be tight. So, a couple of things we need to do before we start again. First one is the Ancient One has a Ancient Doom. Let me just reach over here and grab them. There is your Ancient Dooms. You can see those. There they go, Ancient Dooms. So we'll just grab one of these. This one is Wrath of the Gods. Okay, this is a bit more helpful than some of the previous ones. Your recent accomplishments have been seen as meddling in affairs beyond the limits of human understanding. It is time for a reminder of humanity's true insignificance in the flowing folds of time. And the sort of ability is what price wisdom. Heroes take plus X damage from the Ancient One's combat hits, where X is equal to their hero level. For the death matches, we've been assuming that has been 1. So we're going to take an extra damage from all their hits, which is a bit more useful than some of the previous ones have been. Okay. Right. Oh yeah, turn these little tokens for the Sand Kraken, the unrevealed side. Give them a bit of a mix round and shuffle. I mean, you could probably reduce it to a D12 roll. No, I suppose you take them out as you do them, so it is reductive on each chance. But anyway, there we go. There's them shuffled. Right. Start the first turn. Peril dice for the initiative of the Sand Kraken 4, which is basically equal. So I guess odds Sand Kraken, even. We go with even. So the Ancient One starts. Move of 5, so it will just. So we'll step it up to there. It'll take a swing at the Sand Kraken. 5 combat dice. hitting on 3 or more. So it's only 2. So we've got 2 hits, which are going to do peril dice plus 1. We've only got the 1 peril dice out actually. Let's add a few more. So what was that? It's 2 peril dice plus 1 each. So the 4 is just going to bounce off the Sand Kraken's defence. The 6 is going to make it through and do 2 damage. Grab a couple of damage. First blood to the Ancient One. And that's it. That's all the Ancient One does. For now. Sand Kraken. So again, just swings back because there's no special effects really going off. It also has the ability to flail around and hit additional models, but there aren't any. So just hits the Ancient One, 6 dice. Again, hitting on 3s. That is every single one. That is 6 hits. So we take 6 of these. Let's go with this one. It is a Spit Acid. Spit Acid, 2d6, ignoring armour. Doesn't even have any armour, but okay. So that's 9. But it's getting reduced to 4 because of endurance. You take the 3 to goes to 6, but it gets reduced to 4 by the endurance. So 1, 2, 3, 4. That was the Spit Acid. Next one like this one, which is a Smash. D6 plus 2, ignores defence. 5, ignores defence. Again, gets reduced to 4 because of endurance. Next one, Bite. Peril dice plus 2. So that's 6. So it becomes 3. Next one, Entangle. Ignores defence, no damage, stays on here until they move away. While entangled, here is -1 defence rolls. Okay. Next one, Bite. So that is peril dice plus 2, but -1 defence. So that is 6. -2 is 4. And awesome, it's pretty much how I saw this going. Next one, Spit Acid again. 2d6, ignoring armour and -1 defence. Is 5, subtract 2 is 3. 1, 2, 3. Alright, there we go. And that was a 6th attack. It was a good turn for the Sand Kraken, but this is pretty much how I see this going. I just don't think the Ancient One, unless you get some friends in here, has got the sort of damage output that's going to match what the Kraken can kick out. Right, so let's see, end of turn. Does the Ancient One have any friends? He does his Master of Reality. 6, horrific roar. Each hero loses 1 grit. No, okay, so nothing there. Start of the next turn, peril dice for the Sand Kraken's initiative. 4 again, odds and evens again. Evens. The Ancient One goes first. Ancient One moves, so get rid of that entangle. And then attacks. So 5 dice attack, doing peril dice per hit. That is 4 hits this time from Ancient One. Each one's at +1, remember, but we've also got a defensive 4 and a endurance of 3. So that is 7, that becomes 3. That is 6, that becomes 2. Another 6, that becomes another 2. And then 5, that becomes 1. So there we go. And that was the Ancient One's attacks. Right, over to the Sand Kraken, who has its 6 attacks. Only 2 hits this time. Give a bit of a mix up again. Oops, saw that one. Shuffle it back in. So we've got a Spit Acid and then a Bite. So Spit Acid, 2d6. 3 bounces off the armour, and the bite does a peril dice +2. So that's 8. Lesser defense of 3 becomes 5, the endurance of 4 reduces it to 4. That. End of turn, Ancient One has a Master of Reality, which is an 8. Time Shatter, every hero takes D6 wounds or sanity, any mix, ignoring defense or willpower. So D6 to the Sand Kraken, 4, takes 4. So yeah, it's had a bit of a Time Shatter there. Okay, start the next turn, peril dice, freeze, so it is the Ancient One that goes first again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 dice to attack. Every one hits, every single one hits. Right, so 5 peril dice, I've only got 4, but never mind. So that is a 4 that does nothing, that's a 4 that does nothing, so that is a 5 that does 1, and then that's a 7 that does 3. Hang on, so we'll just sort that out. Is that right? No. That's right. And then the last one does 6, which is 2. Like that. And that's the Ancient One. So we then flip over to the Sand Kraken with its 6 dice. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 hits, so I've got to do 4 of these tokens, shuffle them up again. So this one, a Spit Acid for 2d6. 11. So it gets reduced to 8 by defense, but then the endurance says it can only be 4. Next one is a Spit Acid again, 2d6. 6 gets reduced to 3. So 2, 3. And we've got 2 more to go. What's this one? This one is an Entangle. And then what's this one? This one is a Smash. Smash is d6 +2, ignoring defense. It's a 1. Okay. So that is 3. So they go away for 1, 2, 3. And that's the 4. So back they go. It's been shuffled in. End of the turn, it is the Master of Reality from the Ancient One. 12. Okay. A crack splits in the fabric of time, dimensional sunder. One random hero is permanently afflicted. Choose one of the following. Swap to one of your hero classes' other starting upgrades, simultaneously erupts with D3 mutations, or swaps genders. Let's have it swap gender. So I don't know what gender that Sand Kraken was, but it's now the other one. And I don't even know how many genders the Sand Kraken has. Maybe it has 4. Who knows? But it's a different one. So that was the end of the turn. Start the next turn. Peril dice. The Sand Kraken goes on 4s. So odds the Sand Kraken goes first. Evens, it's the Ancient One. Right. 5 dice. Combat. That is 5 hits again. So 5 peril dice. Some good hits coming in from the Ancient One. Except those 2 do nothing. So that is 1. And then 7 does another 3. And the last peril dice does another 1. Let's swap for 5. So we're on 25 taken by the Sand Kraken at this point. So it's approaching halfway. Just having a look. The Ancient One's not yet on halfway. It's 32. Anyway, so 6 dice attack back from the Sand Kraken. Oh, and the Ancient One loses its Entangle. Oof, 6 hits. 6 hits from the Sand Kraken there. So we'll shuffle this up, because I don't know where that Entangle's gone, but this one is a Spit Acid. 2d6. So that's 6, gets reduced to 3. Next one is a Smash. d6 +2, ignoring defense. So that's 7, gets reduced to 4. 1, 2. Next one, Bite. Peril dice +2. 6, gets reduced to 3. Next is another bite, pale dice plus 2. 5 gets reduced to just 2. Yeah. Okay, that's 4. So next one is another bite, pale dice plus 2. That's 8. And the reduced gets reduced to 5. Endurance further reduces it to 4. And the last one is a smash, which is D6 plus 2, ignoring defense. 3. So there we go. What are we on now? We're on 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 51. So it's definitely swung, I think, in the Sand Kraken's favour after that. That was a big attack, big round of attacks there. End of this turn. Master of Reality says 7. Void Form. The Ancient One shifts before your eyes, gaining +1 initiative to the end of the fight. So the Ancient One is now 5 initiative. Start the next round, see what the Sand Kraken gets for its initiative. It's 3, so Ancient One goes first. 5 dice attack. 3 hits. That's 3 pale dice +1. So the 3 does nothing, and the 2 4s are just 2. Sand Kraken swings back. 6 dice attack, hitting on 3s. And that is 5. So give them a shuffle again. So this one, it's a bite. Pale dice plus 2. 7 gets reduced to 4. So swap that over. We had, can't remember now. What did you just add? We had 4 of these, didn't we? Is that right? I think it was 4. Entangle. Entangle does 2d6. Okay, let's do that 2d6 from that second entangle. So it's not 2d6, it's 2 peril. Ignore defense. So that is 8. So it's going to be effectively 4 because of the endurance. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. That was the 3rd attack. 4th attack. It's another entangle. 6. So that ignoring defense, so it becomes another 4. And then because I went and checked, so 4. Yeah. Becomes 4. I know that in fact there is a 5th attack, so let's have a look at what that 5th attack is. 5th attack is a smash. So -1 defense, so it's going to be ignore defense anyway. So yeah, so D6 plus 2, so that is 4 for another 4 damage. What are we on here? We're on 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 65. So only 20 left on the Ancient One. Right. So the no defense. Okay, so the entangles stay. All 3 entangles stay. The bites go back. Okay, cool. Right. Next, so end of turn, we've got the Master of Reality. Is another 6. Each hero loses a grip from a horrific roll. Okay, start of the next turn. The Sand Kraken is on 6, so it will go first. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're going to make the most of those entangles. That is, this time it is 4 hits. This time it's 4 hits. So this one is a bite. Pale dice plus 2, ignoring defense. 5. And then bite, peril dice plus 2, ignoring defense. 5, another 5. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. So we're getting close. We're in 2. And then we got a smash. D6 plus 2, ignoring defense. 4. And then the last one, we'll have that one. There's a bite again, which is pale dice plus 2. 5 again. think that's one off, isn't it? 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 84. There we go, one off. Very close. But the ancient one gets an attack. I think its odds of finishing off the Sand Kraken before it dies now are pretty slim. But let's give it a go. 5 dice. What's the Sand Kraken on? Sand Kraken's on 27. That is 3 hits, so 3 peril dice plus 1. So whiff, 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 whiff. All 3 are frees. They do nothing to the Sand Kraken. End of turn. Maybe you get a heal. Maybe you get a heal. Master of Reality says 7. Void form plus 1 initiative. Okay, start the next turn. Sand Kraken is only a 4, so the ancient one goes first. And gets 4 hits this time, so that is 4 peril dice plus 1. Which is only 2. Only 2. So 1, 2. It would have moved, so the tangles are all gone. Shuffle that in. Sand Kraken. Is Sand Kraken going to finish it off? That is 5 hits. Seems likely, doesn't it? 5 hits. What's this? It's an entangle. So at -1 defense. What's this one? It's a bite. So peril dice plus 2. Ignoring defense. There we go. Bang. Done. Dead. So the little tiddler won. The big lad, the old big lad, the ancient one, not his day. Off he goes. This week's winner is the Sand Kraken. Yeah, pretty much as expected. It's just tough. It's just resistant. The ancient one just couldn't do that much damage to it, whilst it just kept chucking out loads and loads of attacks with high damage values. When it didn't have to deal with everyone else, there was no allies. Sand Kraken's day. So there we go. That's this week's Deathmatch.